Right now, I'm on my way to get some blood drawn. This is just a thing that I've been needing to do for years. I've come to the point in my life where I needed to know. So I just got the call from my doctor's office. Okay, right now I'm on my way to get some blood drawn. This will be my second blood drawing of this pregnancy, but it actually is voluntary. I did this. I set this up for myself. There's a whole reason behind it that I'm going to explain, but I think right now I'm just kind of like in the zone. I'm going to go get my blood drawn and then I'm going to explain the reason why and like everything. This has nothing to do with pregnancy. It's not like a prenatal blood drawing. Sorry, I have my goldfish. This is just a thing that I've been needing to do for years, like so many years. It's gonna be super quick. It's gonna be even easier than last time. And I'm feeling really good. I'm just really proud of the fact that I'm in good spirits even right now. You know, like I've made so much progress. I volunteered to go do this. I set this up for myself. That's huge for me. Like, I'm gonna walk in and get my blood drawn and it's not a requirement. That's like crazy. So I'm just really proud of myself. I have my little snack bag. This is weird. This is a weird angle. I got my water. Oh my God, I almost just had a heart attack because I realized in my head, I was like, did I bring my AirPods? If I don't have my AirPods where I can listen to worship music during this, it was just one of those things where it's like things have to be just so when you're nervous about something. And if I didn't have that, I honestly was gonna make my husband go back to the house and I was going to miss my appointment, but just do a walk-in, like no big deal. Because it's just, you know, I can only handle so many things. Right now I'm doing really good, but I just need my things and I need this. So I'm so glad I had it. Whew. I did it. I'm back home. I already took the thing off. I gotta say, I am so proud of myself. I literally I walked in there like walking tall. I just felt strong today. And I went in there, I told her, you know, sometimes I feel fainty. I have snacks, like I'm gonna have to take a little time afterwards to make sure I can walk out of here. She drew my blood. She was done in like 2 seconds because it was one vial. It was so fast. And I was like, oh, you're already done? And she's like, yep. And I was like, I didn't even get a chance to freak out. And I really didn't. I didn't even freak out. I sat up and I just kind of like felt out how I was feeling, had a little bit of my juice box and just kind of like, you know, rolled my shoulders a couple times and I was like, I'm good. I'm good. So like no dizziness, no fainting. I mean, last time I didn't faint either, but last time I was feeling like, you know, feeling dizziness, but I just didn't faint. This time, I didn't even feel any of that. I was just like, all right, like, feel it out, good to go. And I walked out of there and I was so excited that I was like giddy about it because it was just amazing. It was the best experience I'd ever had. Best experience ever. Guys, I can't believe it's this easy for me to finally face and conquer this fear. That's crazy. I will explain to you now why I even got this blood work done and what I was testing for. But first, I want to show you my outfit of the day. I got these leggings. I'm just wearing Adidas shoes. And I got this cute little teddy bear shirt. It's really cute. So yeah. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, that's it. Okay, we're in the car now. Here's Olive. Because we're on our way to my in-laws' house right now. We're gonna hang out with them today. But this is the perfect time for me to explain to you why I even got my blood drawn. Here's a little story. When I was a kid, my dad had a hernia, and so he had to go in for hernia surgery. And as you may or may not know, hernia surgery is one of those very easy, you know, fairly simple procedures. They're quick, you know. Anyway, so he went in for a hernia surgery. Time was going on and my mom and I were waiting for him to come out and it was like taking longer than we expected. Finally, the doctor came out and said that he has pseudocholinesterase deficiency. And what they said was that his body can't break down general anesthesia. So the muscle relaxants and joint relaxants that are in general anesthesia, his body couldn't break it down, and so it caused paralysis in his lungs and he stopped breathing on his own. So they had to, you know, put the tubes in there, and they had a machine breathing for him. And yeah, he was just hooked up to a whole bunch of machines and all that kind of stuff. He could have died, but they saved him. Like, everything was still a success. They removed the hernia and they took care of him, but he ended up staying in the hospital for 2 nights because of it. So it was just like crazy. And that's when they found out, and they diagnosed him with pseudocholinesterase deficiency. And that's what it is. It's just that your body just can't break down those muscle relaxants. And so when that happened, I remember, I think I was about 10 years old, I want to say. The doctor was looking at me and was like, the chances that you have it are like 90%. So, and I actually remember him saying like 95, but I'm just going to play it safe and say he said 90, but it was in the 90s. So the only way to actually get a diagnosis or figure out if whether or not you do have it is by getting your blood drawn. But I've been avoiding that for like my whole life because I've just been so terrified. And so I've never had like an official answer on whether or not I do indeed have pseudocholinesterase deficiency like my dad or not. But I've just kind of lived my life just kind of assuming I probably do. I have it like on my little health app on my phone. It says in case of an emergency, like if I was unconscious and they had to put me into surgery right away, like something happened, there is an alternative anesthesia that they use for people who do have this deficiency that doesn't have the same chemicals and muscle relaxants and stuff. So essentially you can just go in for a normal surgery and you'll be fine. But they have to know that you have it so that they give you the alternate and not the general anesthesia, because otherwise you get into some critical times. And the doctor had also said it was really, really lucky that my dad had never done drugs in his life and stuff like that, because drugs that relax your muscle, you can be in critical condition or die. So through my whole life, number one, I never wanted to do drugs anyways. Say no to drugs, kids. But on top of that, I always knew that I had to be super cautious. At this stage in my life, I am pregnant, and if during delivery something happens where they have to put me under general anesthesia, it would be really dangerous and really bad if I actually do have pseudocholinesterase deficiency. So I've come to the point in my life where I needed to know. I hope I don't have it, because I would like to just be somebody who can totally handle general anesthesia, no problem, in case something happened. And I think there's a high chance that I don't have it, because I've been doing a little bit more research, and apparently it comes from an abnormal gene, but you have to have 2 of those abnormal genes, and it has to be 1 from each parent in order for you to actually have it and be diagnosed with it. Otherwise, you can get 1 gene, which I definitely know I probably inherited from my dad, 1 gene. But if my mom doesn't have that gene and I didn't get it from her, then I don't actually have it. It just makes me a carrier. So it's like, I need to know for me, for my safety, but I need to know also because if I'm a carrier, that means I can easily pass it to this baby, my future kids, and I need to tell them that they're carriers, and I need to get them tested in the future to make sure that they don't actually have it too. I just needed to know for me, for my future kids, so that they're aware. And it's just gonna have to go down the line where it's like, even if I'm just a carrier and then my kid is just a carrier, well, when they get married and they have kids, they need to get their kids tested, because what if their partner has the other abnormal gene and then their kid has it? We have to be very aware of it. And now I'm finally going to have that answer after so many years of my life of just like assuming and just kind of wondering if I have it. So yeah, that's that whole story.
Why would you be scared when the world is yours? I know you hear them tap, 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 tap. Just stand up tall and walk, 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 walk. Why would you look back when the future's forward? Why would you be scared when the world is yours? I know it's easier said than done.
So I just got the call from my doctor's office saying that it appears I do have pseudocholinesterase deficiency. So I just really, I really didn't want to have it. There's a lot going through my head right now because of this. I don't think I can have an epidural. This isn't confirmed yet though, so I'm like trying to not freak out about that, because I've actually been very calm and at peace with like the whole delivering a baby thing. I've been like, oh, that's fine, just get the epidural. And everyone says that once you get the epidural, it's just the smoothest, easiest process. You don't feel a thing. And so that was kind of what I was like, it was keeping me very calm, just knowing that I can just get an epidural, and like, no matter how much pain I'm in, I can get an epidural. And then I can bring my baby into this world with like some peace without completely screaming my head off. You know, the epidural is a type of anesthesia, and people with my deficiency can't break down, we can't metabolize muscle relaxants in anesthesia. It goes to our lungs, it causes paralysis of the lungs, and then our breathing stops, we lose consciousness, we can die. So I don't know, but look, the nurse called me and she was just telling me that yes, it looks like I do have it. And then she set me up with a phone call appointment with the doctor to go over it a little more in detail with me. So I'm waiting for that phone call so I can ask her all these questions. The most important part is just that I need whatever doctor is working with me at the moment to know that I have it and take it seriously. Everyone needs to know that I have this condition, otherwise I can literally die. When my dad went in for his hernia surgery, he was supposed to have it at a clinic or like some small surgical clinic kind of thing. But then literally whatever equipment they needed to do the surgery broke. So they were like, oh, now you have to go to the actual hospital. And thank the Lord, he wouldn't be here today. We would have lost my dad that day. So yeah, I'm scared. I didn't want to have it. I wanted to just be a normal person who can handle general anesthesia, but apparently I'm not. If there's an alternative for general anesthesia, then what if there's an alternative for epidural for people like me? So I don't know. These are questions I have. I really thought that I wasn't going to have it. One way or another, I'm bringing this baby into this world strong and healthy. Whatever has to happen, and that's it. I mean, there's nowhere to go but forward from here, you know?
Oh, I shiver, 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 oh no, at the thought of someone new with their hands all